Kia ora, everybody. Right, I can do this entirely from my stream deck now. I have buttons. I have spent the morning learning how to set up the lovely stream deck that Samsara gifted to me. There's still so many more buttons that I think I'm going to end up putting on there. But we got some buttons, we got the mic. Why is the desktop audio not bouncing or barely bouncing? Because this is a very quiet song, apparently. Let's skip this song. It's still very quiet. I think we're on a very quiet playlist, though. Alright, I did check all this, and it was fine with the first song, and now we're on the quiet songs, and it's barely picking it up. Hey, but... Good. That's the main thing.
Good, everyone.
Yes, Sammy is still in the room, although she is going to have to vacate, unfortunately, because it's work day, she's working, and she's got a meeting, and otherwise I would have to mute for an hour, so she very kindly said she'd vacate, rather than me muting for an entire hour.
I'm a noisy girl.
Yeah. But how is everyone doing today? As you can hear, I'm a little under the weather again. There is a little bit of a bug going around the house, but surprisingly, despite the congestion, I'm not feeling too bad today. I have done a couple of things. I have turned off the candy redeem today, just because I am feeling a little nauseous and I don't want to be given candy. I set up a new pronoun check redeem. I did a lot of stuff before stream today, and like I said, I also played with some new buttons so I could do things like zoom, super zoom, and we can even go in further. We could like really zoom in. I can still zoom in more. We can like really zoom in now, all with the touch of a button. So I need to set up in a way where the stream deck is off to the side, so we're still sorting out like placement and stuff, but it's a start. And then yeah, I don't think there's been a lot else. Yesterday was very much a rest day. Lots of Sims yesterday. Sims is having a sale if you need to pick up some more Sims pack. A lot of them are 50% off or got a discount on them. So yeah, I picked up a couple of Sims packs that I've been waiting to go on sale for. On payday, I may pick up a couple more. We'll see how the money stretches. But it is coming up to the end of the month where I usually actually have more money because there's less expenses. So I might be able to treat myself to a couple more packs. And yeah, I thought that I might do some Sim streams, not on the regular streams days, but every once in a while I might do some Sim streams because my new laptop will handle streaming the Sims. This would be probably a Twitch only thing, or if I did it live on YouTube, I would not put the VOD up there because I try to keep the content on YouTube just the art stuff. But I thought it could be quite fun to maybe start doing that. I'm trying to speed run through Eco Living to get rid of the smog and get the community nice down there, so that part's done because I don't want to deal with yucky area. But yeah, there's not been a lot else, just work and usual. Unwell again. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, hope you're all doing well. Beanie, thank you so much for being there, lurking before stream even began. And of course, Sammy sneaking in there with the first, even though Beanie was already there lurking. But I appreciate y'all being there, waiting for me to go live. So yeah, today we are going to continue on with Alien Worlds. I'm just in the mood to keep doing Alien Worlds. So if you didn't see it last time, this is where we finished off our asteroid page. It is almost done. The only thing left to do is to put the extreme glitter over the background. Although half of me is tempted not to. Mostly because I'm lazy and it's going to involve a lot of fiddly painting. But also, I kind of like it. And if I do the extreme glitter, I either have to put it everywhere, but I could get away with just putting little dots. But the problem is that the extreme glitter is a gloss, and this is matte, so it's going to show if I just do sections of glitter. But I could also just do like around the cluster of stars, so that it's more stars in those areas, but it may be really obvious. So that was something I was thinking about, because I actually really like it. But I do want to make the stars more star-like. So...
May I offer a suggestion?
Yeah?
All of your stars are the same colour value.
Yes, because there was going to be glitter put on top when I did it.
And that's what's missing, is that there's no
Depth.
distance.
Yeah.
Depth to it, yeah.
So the other option is then I do go in with a black pencil and grey pencils and variate the stars. Or I think what I'll probably do is I'll just put a little bit of Mod Podge over clusters, let that dry, see how that looks. If I'm cool with it, leave it. If not, we glitter the whole thing. But yeah, this page is very close to being done.
Yeah. It doesn't show enough on camera, I think, how matte and black it looks.
Yeah.
And it does really look striking.
Yeah, I really like it. So that's what I'm debating with this page. I really love our shimmery space zoomies. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to have to buy my own iridescent medium because I'm going to do it for everything in the book now. Are you sure? Do you not use it? Sweet. And you never use it? Yay! We've got iridescent medium. Thank you, Sammy. That saves me $20. But yeah, so that's where we're at with that page. Also, just a hello. Thank you for raiding in. Apologies for the delay there. I just wanted to finish the train of thought because, as you can hear, a little foggy headed today. So one brain thought at a time. But how are you going? Thank you for raiding in. What were you up to today? How was your stream? And for all our new friends that might be joining us, kia ora. My name is Amy. I am a colourist based in Aotearoa, New Zealand. She, her pronouns. And yeah, if you also need to do the raid and fade jester, I fully understand, because self-care. I think that's the usual. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, today we are working on the Alien World spread, the Arrival at the Lost Planet page. So this is the next page. So if you haven't seen it as well, I love this book. This is Alien Worlds by Kerby Rosanes. And each chapter is like its own, each planet is its own story. So we've got like us possibly leaving Earth. Or arriving at a planet, the inside of our ship. I've still got to go back and do these ones. And then we have a bit of an exploration around. This is the contents page, but you can see we've got all these different planets. So right now I'm working on the Lost Paradise. So we have Arrival at the Lost Paradise. And then like our first overview. And then we've got the solar giant here, who we explore more on the next page. The apex predator you don't see, because it is a stealth master, hence it being translucent. And then we've got, in the middle of the trees, the forest intelligence creature. And then the back explains these guys as like little creatures hidden in the top of the trees. So it's like a super zoom in here. So that's what I like about it, is each planet is its own story. So I'm trying to do each planet cohesively with a colour scheme. But yeah, we're getting really close to having the Lost Paradise done, which is really cool. And then once that's done, we'll be moving on. Well, moving back, because I'll go back to the start and do those ones. I just noticed that I dropped my pencil and made some marks on the page, so we'll just remove what we can. But yeah, I'm doing okay. I was playing To the Rescue, which is a game about rescuing dogs and finding them homes. Oh, that's cute. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing well. As you can hear, I have a cold. He's unfortunately a little bit of a bug going around the house at the moment. myself and the child are a little unwell. The child got sick, which means I got sick. Yeah, I did do the test, because if it is COVID, I have to get onto antivirals ASAP because my body cannot fight it. It is not, or at least it wasn't when I did the test yesterday. I think we've just got, unfortunately, a bit of a cold doing the rounds. Hello, I'm not normally awake at 8 AM for me, but expecting 2 recliners today. Well, your unfortunate early wake up is our bonus. It is lovely to have you here this early, perfection. And Julie, hello. Thank you so much. Over there in YouTube lands. How are you going today? Welcome in. I appreciate that. I'm really loving Alien Worlds. Like, I really love Alien Worlds. I really think it's become my favorite Kirby. Like, Mythomorphia is glorious and I love it, but I just think Alien Worlds has stolen my heart because there's so much potential. There's so many variations and so many options. So yeah, we're just going to carry on with the Inktense and work our way. So right now, I'm trying to finish these rocks down to the surface, which is a lot of browns. But then once that's done, we can start bringing in our fun colours for the surface. Because the colour scheme for Lost Paradise is inspired by bushfires. I was thinking about how with bushfires, you can, like, they destroy a paradise, but then it finds a way to regrow. So it's still a paradise. Like, the paradise is lost, but it's not lost forever. There's something about that resonated with me, so that's where our colour scheme for this planet came from. So I'm just using Inktense to base everything to get a flat colour, or as flat as possible colour down. A little bit of shading, and then we'll go in with some polys to deepen the shading, Poscas to do some highlights, and of course we'll need some stickles for the sky. And then once that's all done, it'll be pretty much there, to be perfectly honest. Honestly, the basing is probably the longest part in all of this. Hello to you too. I had surgery today, so I'm chilling and watching you right now. Well, I'm glad we can be your chill out entertainment. I hope you are recovering well and everything is going okay. And you can relax and just vibe, because we are all about the good vibes here. And yeah, I'm glad you're here, and I really hope it's going well. I'm only 4 hours asleep. If that went to sleep past 2 AM, if that went to sleep at just past 2 AM and been awake since 6 AM, oh my goodness. Yeah, I ended up not drifting off to sleep until well after 3 AM. It was a rough night for sleep. But that's okay. Again, I still woke up feeling okay. Like, I'm definitely congested and got a cold, but I don't feel completely shattered. And I think a lot of that is because I did take yesterday to just rest. I didn't even colour yesterday. I just completely rested, and then that was it. Thank you so much, Perfection. I am very, very pleased with our progress in Alien Worlds. We still do have to carry on with our turtle page, and I've got a ton of other pages, but I don't know, Alien Worlds is what I feel like at the moment, so that's what we're going to do. I think because I knew that a lot of today is just working with Inktense, that I can kind of just scribble with them. That's why I was like, yeah, nah, we're going to work in Alien Worlds. Because it's just scribble, scribble, scribble. Which is great when you just, like, like a page like this looks complicated. I know there's a lot of people that are intimidated by Kerby, but honestly, break it down element by element and base it, and it comes together so quickly. I finally got a haircut after a year of putting it off because it gives me so much anxiety, but I love my hair. It feels so much lighter. Oh my gosh, yes. I have been thinking about chopping my hair for a long time. Like, oh, I can do this with buttons now because I set up the buttons. Seeds. Just chatting. So, this is my monstrosity of the hair, including the growth from dyeing my hair. So this normally is my blue hair. It has not been dyed since September last year. So very, very much faded. At this point, it's just stained bleached ends. You can see from my regrowth. But for the longest time, I have wanted to chop my hair to be about this length. If I could get it to sit right. I accidentally saw this in a video call because I had my hair tied loosely at the back, and then it just kind of looked like my hair was chopped like a long bob, so about that length there. And I was like, I actually really like that. So that's what I would like to do. The issue is that last time I got my hair professionally cut, and I asked for a very similar length. In fact, I asked for it to be about shoulder length bob with a little bit of layering, a long bob. They chopped it to my earlobes. They chopped it to here. It was awful. I had to go and get a hat immediately, and because I have to take my glasses off when I get a haircut, I'm blind, so I couldn't see, but I could feel the scissors up here. It was like, this, maybe she's just shaping around the face. Like, it felt very short, and then I put the glasses on, and I was like, oh my god, that is not what I asked for. And my ex-partner at the time saw it and went, oh wow, that's a really ugly haircut on you. And I just broke down in tears. That's not what you say to a partner after a haircut. But yeah, if I do that, it's like that much chopped off, which is most of the bleached hair at this stage. So yeah, I'm contemplating doing that and just growing out the bleach and going back to natural. I miss my blue hair, but my blue hair is also a lot of effort to maintain. But it's also finding someone that I trust to chop my hair, because while I can trim the ends, I don't feel confident enough to give myself a long bob. And I don't know any hairdressers. But yeah, it's definitely very long and very annoying. I'm getting very frustrated by it. It went from almost my butt till just under my shoulders. Yeah, no, mine is that much above my butt. So, that much above my butt. Particularly when it's brushed. My hair is not brushed today. And when it's actually straight, because it goes straight as soon as I brush it. But yeah, if it was straight, it would be about that much above my butt. It's definitely long, and it's thick as well. But yeah, it's getting to the point where even putting it in a bun on the top of my head is getting to be a lot of pressure, and it's too heavy. So that's why I'm like, maybe it is time to chop it all off. But yeah, it's just finding someone to chop it off. And unfortunately, I don't know any hairdressers. And I asked Sammy, and even she doesn't know any hairdressers that are known to be good. So yeah, I should see if I can find a hairdresser, because I don't want to just pop into anywhere because of that experience. Like, I've trimmed it myself several times just by doing the, like, putting it into a ponytail on the top of the head and chop the ends off. And in all honesty, I might do that just to remove some of the length, and especially the dead ends, because, you know, it's got some split ends. It's a little on the dry side. Yeah, it does get to be a lot. I'm also someone who's very lazy with the hair. I just put it up in buns. Which is a big reason as well I loved dyeing it so much, because it just kind of like made it look like it was more styled and taken care of, because I just don't do anything to my hair. I don't have the spoons to be bothered. Like, just get out of my way. So if it was coloured, it at least looked like I'd spent time caring about my hair, where I really don't. But yeah, it does mean we'll lose the blue here, which is sad. And then the other thing as well is I could get it all chopped and then re-dye it, and we'll be using a lot less dye as well, because when I do eventually get round to dyeing it again, it's going to be one heck of a mission to dye. It takes a lot of hair colour. But if it's shorter, then it uses less hair colour. Every time I get my hair cut, I always get compliments for how happy and long it is, and they're always shocked when I want it all chopped off. Yeah. Yeah, no, I've had that. When I first started dyeing my hair, I did go to a couple of hairdressers to talk about getting it bleached, and none of them would do it because my hair was down to my butt and completely natural. And they were like, no, we're not doing this to your natural hair, because I'm also very dark rooted, so I just did it myself. I just did it myself because no one else would. I did do a lot of research into it, but I did not buy enough bleach, which was the first thing I learned. I needed a lot more bleach. But yeah. The first colour I ever dyed my hair was pink. And then I did purple, and then I did pink, purple, blue, tiered, and I did like some teals, and I was playing around with lots of different colours. But then the first time I dyed my hair blue, it was like, oh, I like blue. Blue really suits me as well. So even when I deviate and try out different colours, I always end up going back to blue. I should really talk to Sammy because she wants to colour her hair too. I should do it while I'm here because we can help each other, which makes hair dyeing a lot easier. But like I got no bleach and no colour left, so I have to invest in everything. So we could invest in it together. She'll need a lot less than me, but she will need some. I had my hair done once. I don't like how my hair feels. So I was like, nope, never again. When I go grey, I'll rock it like a pro. That's valid too. Like, if I was just going to stay natural, I wouldn't worry about it. Like, I definitely have some greys, particularly around here. I'm getting some grey streaks. I'm not worried about that. I've been grey since I was 20. It's very common with the people in my family. We get some grey streaks very young, but then we don't really go greys until our late 40s, 50s. And honestly, I just rock it like a pro, because grey hair is cool. The only reason I do the blue, though, is because it's fun. You know, it's fun to have coloured rainbow hair. But then also, wigs exist. And that could be another option, is just get a pile of wigs and chop my hair short. And then on the days that I want to have long rainbow hair, we wear a wig. And it's done. The only problem with that is that I also have a ginormous head, and a lot of times wigs are not big enough for me. Same with hats. They just don't fit comfortably on my ginormous head, which is why a lot of the time I crochet my own hats. Because then I can crochet extra large beanies. Oh. Right, we're gonna start with the only candy I am actually eating today, which is fruit lozenges. You have a small head, so you have the opposite problem. Yeah, it's kind of why. It's the same with clothing and stuff, because everything's made to a standard, but nobody is standard. The same with a lot of things. So I used to work in a haberdashery's homeware store, and people would come in. So I worked on the furnishings counter. I worked all counters. I started in the arts and craft department because I was brought on specifically because I had a lot of artistic knowledge, and they didn't have anyone that knew anything about paints or mediums. And that's where I ended up learning to crochet, because there's a really cute amigurumi kit. I was like, I'm going to teach myself to crochet. So I also became known as the person to talk to about yarn and crochet. But then they're like, oh, we need to put someone on furnishings, and Amy, you can kind of figure this stuff out, and you're good at this. I liked it because I got commissions on certain sales and furnishings, which was sweet. When you're working minimum wage, you get a little wage top up. But one of the things in there was, because we were doing furnishings, we sold ready-made curtains and blinds. And people would come in all the time and go, oh yeah, it's just standard windows. And it's like, here's the problem though, we don't have standard windows. Even on new builds, windows aren't standard sizes. You will find that we have sizes that encompass a lot of windows, but even then, can you tell me, like, how wide your window is, how long your window is? So yeah, the amount of people, it's like, yeah, no, you need some basic measurements, and then they'll be like, I don't even have a tape measure. It's like, you got twine? Just take a piece of twine and cut it to the length of the window, because we've got rulers, we can measure it. Just bring something in that indicates the size of your window. Sherry, hello. Hello, how are you going today? It is wonderful to see you again, hun. Apologies, as you can hear, I'm a little congested today, so you get sexy nasally voice today. Oh, I should ask Sammy to make me a cup of tea. Don't think she has me on speakerphone at the moment. Should send her a message. May not be looking at her phone. Yeah. You struggle with that stuff? Yeah. If you... I don't work there anymore, but if you came in with a piece of string that was the length of your windows, I could work it out for you. But it took a lot to... I used to have people who come in with their window measurements and then picking out rolls of fabric to make their own curtains, and then I would take their window measurements and the fabric. If it was a patterned fabric, I also have to work out the pattern repeat so that we could work out how much fabric you needed, including extra, so that you could pattern match to make the window pattern match up. It's a little bit of math, and that it's a lot of math, but I enjoyed it. Oh, sorry, there's somebody here. 2 seconds. Sorry about that. People knocking at the door. I am good. I hear that you have a cold or sinus. Yeah, there is unfortunately a bit of a cold going around the house here at the moment. And being immune compromised, if one person gets sick, I get sick. It does not take much for me to get a cold. But energy level wise, I don't feel too bad. I just feel very congested. Yeah, that was just somebody saying, hey, we do this, except they were here last week. good on them trying to scrounge up business today. Like, it is horrible and grey and rainy and there's like surface flooding. It is wet and miserable here today. It's a good day to be inside colouring. Speaking of, do we have anybody working on colouring while watching or projects? Have we just got morning coffees and wake-ups or afternoon wind-downs? What are we all up to out there today? Alright, slowly working my way through. Yeah, it's just slowly putting down the Inktense colours. And as we get more into the ground, we're going to be trying to use less of the baked earth, which is the colour that we used up here, because the rocks are slightly more orange, where the ground is more browns. And we are using more of the dark chocolate in the ground, so the ground is more of a darker brown, whereas the rocks have a more of an orangey tone. I have the AC heater on, but still so cold. I need coffee, but too cold to move. That is so valid. Surprisingly, we don't actually have the heater on in here yet, but I also don't know if that's just me feeling like normally I'm the type of person that needs the heater on continuously. I get cold very easily, and the few times I don't get cold is usually because I'm unwell. I'm really looking forward to doing some of these plants, because there are these like weird eyes in all the plants, and because they're forest intelligence creature, it explains that it communicates with the planet around it. I do reckon that they are eyes, and I am going to do them as eyes, because I just think that's cool. The plants are the aliens of this planet. I just finished getting all my books and supplies in a book, so I know what I have. That is super smart. Yeah, I thought about making a little swatch book or something so that I have all my swatches in one place, because I have a lot of stuff like this. The color charts, or they're like random pieces of paper that just have colors on them. It's like, I should just keep these all together. But I do like having swatches like this, because it means like if I was coming back to this page and I'm like, I know I used Inktense, but I can't remember what color I did for the flower there, I could grab the card that involves the red and line it up and go, okay, it looks like I used Shiraz and maybe some crimson in there, because I can put it right up next to the page. So I do find that very handy. But sometimes it's nice to also have all the colours on one page so you can look at everything together. Yeah, I do kind of need to go through and re-swatch a bunch of my stuff, or swatch a bunch of my stuff. I have a lot of stuff that isn't even swatched. Where is red oxide? And now we can just go and scribble. Inktense. Perfect. I've got no spoons to do pedantic shading. Scribble it in. And then for these little little rocks on their own, we will use the baked earth. Just to sort of tie it in. Then we do have some little plants and stuff that are popping out, which will come back in colour. In different colours. I have so many whips right now. Been starting so many pages in the past 2 or 3 days. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still in that sort of indecisiveness starting pages rather than continuing on with pages. It just like, yeah, sometimes it's really hard to stay and focus on a page, so. But I really am trying to get my work in progress list down, so I do need to sort of buckle down and get some stuff finished. So yeah, when I finish this, it's going to be very hard not to go and finish off the final page in the Lost Paradise and do those little tree creatures. But I really should finish off the Mythomorphia whips. Especially because one of them's a buddy colour, so I need to get back to it. But we'll see how we go. I know, I've just been feeling the alien words this month. That's a great idea. I have everything in 2 swatch books. Yeah. It is handy. Like, I don't have my swatches for the polychromos pencils here, but at this point, I've used the poly so much I can kind of just pull colours. So that one I'm okay, not necessarily needing an overall swatch chart. But other things definitely need some swatches, and it is very handy to sort of figure out when you're looking at it, because obviously, like, the pencils, the colours on the barrels, they're never 100% accurate, so. And especially with something like Inktense, because how they look dry versus how they look activated is very different. So on here, you'll see I've got 2 columns. Nope, not seams, zoom. You'll see I have 2 columns. So this is the activated and this is the unactivated colour. You can see it here at the iron green, it's quite different. Some of them are quite similar, but some of them activate very differently. And I've also done my best to fade them out, but I didn't really do great. But at this point, the cards have gotten quite, like, there's moisture in the air, and these are very old swatch cards, so I almost need to redo this. Plus I wrote turquoise in there, which isn't actually a colour in the 72 set. If I can get my hands on the final 28 Inktense to make it to the 100, then I'll need to redo the cards anyway, because there'll be 28 new colours to pop into the swatches. I don't really use them because I use the same set on repeat, so I just keep repeating them in refills or the whole set. Yeah. And that's the same as my polys. I use my polychromos so much that at this point I don't even look at my swatch cards because I know the colours off by heart because I use that set so much. But I have so many other sets that I use from time to time. It's like those ones I should really have more swatches in. And when you've got those, it does make it easier if you try to look for specific colours. That's why with the Pablos, I did make sure I swatched those, because I knew the Pablos I'd be using to fill in the specific colours. Yeah, let's just do you brown back there too. Possibly there would be some plant matter or the colours would go on. I don't know. We're just going to do it brown. Just brown. I'm kind of doing this a silly way as well, because considering that I'm right-handed, I should be working that side across. Also, I'm still zoomed in. I'm so sorry. Professional streamer. So professional. Hey, alright. These are really good throat lozenges, but oh my gosh, dude, are they like intense menthol? They are Fisherman's Friend, I think they're called. I don't know. No, Coles. I get them because they are like blow out your nose, menthol intense, and they're really good for helping with a sore throat, but they're also like sometimes I can only finish half of one and then I'm like, nah, you need to go out of my mouth for a while. So yeah, when it comes to the ship, my ship, the Galactic Glitter Puff, is just white. It is just plain white, but it is glossy white. And the reason for that is so that we can reflect colours around it. So, let's bring you right in, because I can now, because I set up fancy buttons. So this is the SS Galactic Glitter Puff. So we have just a shiny white ship, but because here it's going around the asteroid belt, it's got a bunch of blue reflex and a little bit of orange from the planet it's going to. Spoiler warning for anyone who does not want to see ahead in Alien Worlds. It's because I know these people in the group who do not. So like here on the next planet, we've got a bunch of yellow reflex because I did yellow for that planet. So yeah, I do need to go back around this one now because I've put that iridescent medium. I've got to put it around this one to give it the space zoomies as well. I'll do that when I start going back through the second planet, because the second planet is actually entirely done, but I want to go back in and add a bit more contrast and shading, because I did that one in hospital and I didn't have my full range of materials. I only had the polys and I didn't do as much contrast as I've done for the rest of the book. So just to make it cohesive and tie together, I want to go back through and just amp up the shading a little bit on everything. I think after July I'll be taking a break from buddy colours and only really have my header colours in group chat for the project book, or other person that covers simply that I colour simple header colours in books, aka Space or Party. That's valid. Like some months I'll do a lot of buddy colours, and then some months I'm just like, nah, I want to work on what I want to work on. Colouring is about what you want and need to colour. And some people really, really love buddy colours and the motivation that it gives them, and then sometimes just like, no, this is just pressure to work on a page I don't want to work on. And that's also valid. That's why I say, you know, if you're buddying with me and it's just not happening, it's all good. Like, it happens and I get it. And on that note, perfection, if you do want to just cancel the one that we were talking about for July and you just want to free that one up too entirely, absolutely valid. Again, I'm away for the rest of this month anyway, so I don't have the book until I get home next month. But yeah, if you need that pressure off, not that there's any pressure, but you know, if you're like, I'm just not feeling this one anymore, that's valid, hun. Because I am thinking for July that it's going to be, we're going to have to do a whip month. And I'm just going to focus on any existing work in progress pages. Because I get the feeling I might be creating a few this month. And I have been wanting to do a whip month and finish off things. Okay, we've almost got into the Space Explorer, who is also white for color choices, but again, shiny white so it can reflect colors. Because that way I can make them essentially rainbow because they change color all the time. Plus also I was lazy and didn't want to figure out different colored suits and stuff like that. I was like, nah, everything's just white, but shiny white, because then we get light reflections. Do-do. Right, that's all applied better in there, so we'll leave that one. Little bits of plants. Then a little bit in the stones. So bouncing between dark chocolate, meta brown, red oxide, and baked earth. For anyone that's wondering as well for the colours. That's our ground and rock combo. Just up here, there's a lot more baked earth, and down here has the dark chocolate. And we're trying to avoid using too much of the baked earth. But yeah, it's the same colour palette for the hills, mountains, and the rocks on the ground. Work our way around, little by little. And you can see how messy I'm being with it. Like, again, when we spush the Inktense, it's just going to blend everything together, so we don't have to be pedantic, which is why I love it. Because they're so intense, it's just scribble and spush. Just been feeling overwhelmed lately because all I want to colour is what I feel like colouring. Because of that, I'm on a slump and just starting pages and making more work for myself. That's the thing though, if to make you feel better you need to start 101 pages, start 101 pages. There's no pressure with colouring. The only pressure is the pressure we put on ourselves. We don't need to do that. At the end of the day, like, if you're colouring, you're colouring. And if that means that you literally start a brand new page and you colour one circle on a page, cool. That's what you needed for the day. There's nothing wrong with having like 15 pages on the go. The only reason I wanted to get my list down is because I've got some older whips and I want to clear the decks. But at the same time, like, if I end the year back up on 30 work in progress pages, I end the year on 30 work in progress pages. Like, it's what it is. There's really no pressure at all. And if you are feeling pressured and you're losing the joy, take a break, find something else to do. I have not been colouring that much this month because I have just been feeling sort of blah about a lot of it. So there's some days I feel like colouring, and then there's some days I'm just like, I'm done. I want to colour today. And I've been playing The Sims. That's what I need at the moment. We colour for us. We don't colour for the social media. We don't colour for our buddies. We colour for ourselves. And for me, colouring is my mental wellness activity. So I do end up colouring a lot, but also recognise that sometimes it's not what I need for my mental wellness. One of the things I've been struggling with a little bit with colouring is these things I want to colour, but the books aren't here because I'm still on holiday. So that's a really difficult part for me because my mood is to colour I am very much someone who gets like, I want to colour in this. And because I don't have those things here, I'm struggling, and I think this is why I keep choosing a bunch of pages, because I'm not colouring what I actually want to colour, but I don't have those books here. I've also been watching so much Netflix while colouring, because sometimes shows are boring, but since it's reality shows lately, haven't done much. Hey, again, if that's what you need, nothing wrong with it. Yeah, I go through phases of like YouTube. It was YouTube for a long time, but now I'm just kind of burnt out of watching YouTube videos. And then like podcasts and audiobooks, and then music, and then like movies and television. Like it bounces between them. So it's been YouTube for a really long time. Oh, and Twitch, like live streams and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just at the point now, it's like, I don't want to listen to some podcasts again. I was looking at Dungeons and Daddies, which is a actual play podcast, D&D podcast. And I'm kind of like, these like, they're up to season 3 now, and I stopped partway through season 2 because I was done with podcasts, and so I moved on to the next thing. But yeah, I'm kind of like, I want to listen to this one again too. I've done 12 pages of spubs so far, but I stood nice and simple with markers. That's fantastic. Look at that. You've done 12 pages this month. That's huge. It doesn't matter if they're the most complicated, the most simple, the most perfect, complete, like, did it turn out how you planned? That's still awesome. You're colouring. That's a win. Celebrate the little things, you know? Oh, and there we go. I am being told by Twitch that it has been an hour. So every hour on the channel, we stop and take a break. This appeases the Twitch gods with their ad requirements, but also allows us to do a self-care check-in, which is really important today, as you can tell, with me being a little under the weather, but also very important for you, because it's very easy to get lost in the void of just watching things and not moving and stretching and hydrating and looking after yourself. So, I'm going to ask you to do a self-care check-in, which my subtitles still continue to call a self-care check-in, which is absolutely fine. But do a check-in with yourself. What do you need to look after yourself? Have you moved in the last hour? Have you stretched? Are you hydrated? Do you need to have some water? Do you need to go to the bathroom? Get a snack? Do you need to take your meds? Have you taken your meds today? Do a little check-in with yourself. I'm going to go make a cup of tea. And I'll put you on the Be Right Back screen while I do so. Because I can also do this. Ha ha ha. Buttons! So many buttons! Alright, back to the art scene. Welcome back, everybody. I have a ginormous cup of tea. I know it says cup of coffee, but it's actually a cup of tea. That was perfect timing, because Sammy's about to jump into her work meeting. She very kindly vacated the room so that I didn't have to mute for an entire hour while she was in a work meeting. Which is super duper kind of her. Oh, so great chicken slice. because I haven't had breakfast, but I'm not really hungry, but I'm a little peckish, so we're just having a cheese slice. Because it'll do. I hope you all took the opportunity to do some self-care. I did unmute, didn't I? I did. Why is cheese just such a good snack? Cheese just hits like nothing else. Yeah, we're just going to let that cup of tea brew away. We've got fruit herbal tea today, so I've got a superfruits and a blood orange. So we're doing a combo. This is how I like to do my tea. Some days I even put like 2 or 3 tea bags into a normal cup of tea size, so I get like a super strong cup of tea. But I'm barely tasting it today, so it's just like, yeah, we'll just do 2 tea bags. Because it is a giant cup, so it does need extra tea bags. A little bit of baked earth on a couple of the individual rocks. And we'll use a little bit around the edge here just to make a difference between down here where it goes really, really dark. Just to help differentiate between those two. How is Amy space today? Amy is a little bit under the asteroids, I guess you'd say. So I'd say under the weather, but is there weather in space? I don't know. Under the asteroids works though. How are you, Vi? How are you going today? The important question here. The only problem with having my hair down is the amount of hair that molts into my artwork. There's a little piece of me in all the art. Literally. Ever just look at all your colouring books and think, wow, I should do a D-stash again this year? Or is that just me? Sometimes, but I also really love flipping uncoloured colouring books and just viewing them as art books. So, yeah, I did do the D-stash earlier in the year, and there are times I look at certain books on my shelf and go, I don't think I'm ever going to colour you, but if there is a book that I know for certain I'm not going to colour, that'll be kept aside till the end of the year. And at the end of the year, because I'm trying to tackle working in so many untouched books, end of the year I'm going to look at my colouring books and see what I haven't touched while focusing on that this year. And then I'll be able to sit down and go, okay, why haven't I touched you? Why haven't I worked in you yet? And if it's like, because it's a newer purchase and I ran out of time, makes sense. But if it's an older book and I just never gravitate towards it, then maybe it is time to let it go. But, yeah. But I also just love flipping the uncoloured books, so I don't mind having lots of books in my collection. But I also understand wanting to only keep the books that you know you're only going to work in, because then it's also not so overwhelming. I know when here at Sammy's and I have less books, I end up doing a lot in those books because there's less books to choose from. So it does help to have sort of like a narrower focus of the books as well. I am keeping things in motion. That is valid. Sometimes you just gotta keep going. Gotta keep doing the things. Oh, excuse me. Gotta love being sick. Not really. So yeah, I am unfortunately immune compromised, if you weren't aware, as part of my ankylosing spondylitis, which is my autoimmune inflammatory arthritis. I take an injection which basically tells my immune system to stop attacking me and that we're okay. Which is great, because then my immune system doesn't attack me and we're not in swollen, puffy, consistent pain. On the flip side of that, though, it just tells my immune system to calm down. So when something like a cold hits, my immune system's like, nah, we're on holiday, you told us to chill out. Which means it doesn't take much for me to get sick. This is the second time we've been knocked down this month. I just got it over the other one, which is why we had to take a week off earlier in the month, right at the start of the month. Just got it over that one, and now we're sick again. At least today I still have a couple of spoons and felt like streaming, so I didn't have to cancel stream. Which is nice. I have 60% of books not touched because most of my colouring books I've got in the past year, and have destashed the books I no longer enjoy no more or have already completed them. That's excellent. If that's how you wish to keep your collection, you know, you do that. There's no right or wrong with colouring. There's no like, I have to do it this way. It's how it works for you. And if how it works for you is just collecting a pile of books and never ever colouring in them, do that. If it's having one book that you work every single page in and then you buy a new book, you do that. If it's having only like individual colouring books from Etsy from the artists individually, or if you only go to the coin shops and just buy generic kids books, or you know, you only want to work in PDF, you only do digital colouring. You do you. If that's how it works for you, that's how you colour. Because, again, the point of colouring is for self-care. It is about taking that time for yourself to allow the world to slow down, to stop all the spinny brain thoughts, to take that time to breathe, to relax, and to just have fun. It is about the process. It's not about necessarily the end result. Just keep swimming. Exactly. Just keep swimming. Vi, you'll be so proud. I did tech before stream. Not particularly fancy tech, but I figured out Stream Deck buttons. So now I can do things like zoom in, or super zoom in, or zoom in even more, or zoom out a little bit, or zoom out a bit, or go here. And then I can do things like jump over to this scene and have me full screen, or jump over to this scene, which will eventually have a web page if somebody shares a link and I want to share it on stream, or jump over to the break screen. Not that we're going on break, but we can do that. And then I also have a panic button, which if the difference is that one also has a mute on it, so that I immediately, you won't be able to hear me. It's an instant goodbye, we need to disappear for a second. So yeah. And I also set up the ending one too. And no, it's not technically a lot, but I was very proud of myself for figuring that out with Sammy's help. No, it's not Logi settings. There isn't a Logi plugin, but we did find one that works really well with the Brio. Stream. It is cab control by Bar Raider. Yeah, cab control Bar Raider. Yeah, it's literally called Panic as well on the keys. Panic! Yeah. Now, it's really sad that there is no actual Logi one, but it does keep the focus. So I'm like, well, that's okay. It does what I needed, which is to give me the zoom in options. And you can set like big jumps, or you can set the little increments, as you saw. So I've got a small, medium, large, a normal, and then halfway, and then the large jump, and then I can still increase or decrease as needed. So yeah, I did stuff. I was like, yeah, it's almost like I'm a professional streamer. I am not a professional streamer in any sense of the word. Right. We're almost halfway through all this groundwork. If I had vocals, it would be like singing that, well, we're halfway there. Living on a Prayer, Bon Jovi. That took me way too long to click what the song title was. Like, I know this. I swear. I swear my brain is functioning. Alright, let's get this last little section of rock ground done on this half, and then we can switch over to the other half. Yeah, I'll kind of be sad to finish off this playlet because I really enjoyed it. However, I'm looking forward to the next ones. So we will be going back to the start and doing the introduction pages. And then once those are done, I just want to review the second planet because I have entirely coloured it, but I just want to update the shading a bit, so that one will be kind of quick because it's just me going through and adding more contrast into areas. And then we're up to planet 3, which... Okay, spoiler warnings, again, for anyone who doesn't want to know ahead in Alien Worlds. The second planet is the air planet. So it's a good time. It's got lots of, like, air stuff that I've coloured. That was really fun. But the third planet is the water planet. And I love water. I've done 2 pages in there. I'm looking forward to getting back to the water planet. Bye for today, Amy. It's getting to be dinner time on the western side of the US. Stay beautiful and amazing. Happy colouring. Thank you so much, Sherry. Thank you so much for lurking and hanging. I hope you have a yummy dinner and a good rest of the time zone. And it's always lovely to have you here. Take care and stay beautiful and amazing yourself. Hopefully we'll see you again at the next stream, where hopefully I won't be as congested. Right, if I took my medication at... When did I take it? It was when I woke up, so it was around 8. So, next ad break, we're due for meds. Good, good. I get new recliners in 10 or 20 minutes. Ooh. A nice, good chair to sit in and relax in. Have you got like a lap tray or something so that you could like curl up in the recliner and do colouring in the recliner? Because that sounds amazing. Scribble, 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 scribble. Oh. That mug is so heavy because it's full of so much liquid. But also getting a cup of tea was the right call. That feels very good on the throat. Yeah, that's fine, hun. I get ya. Oh, wrong color. No, that's all good. I was meant to cook a cottage pie yesterday, but I was not feeling up to it, so I did not cook it. And I have to use the mince today, so I think I'm just going to make spag bowl. Spaghetti bolognese is good. I just have to check we have, like, spaghetti. Because I don't know if there is actually spaghetti in the cupboards here. I think there is some gluten-free pasta. We have to do gluten-free here. Pretty sure there's some gluten-free pasta, so it might not be spaghetti. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we've got everything to just whip up a spag bowl. That just sounds really good and tasty right now, so I think I'll do that for dinner tonight. Or rather, cook all the sauce and stuff before stream. Before work. And then we just have to boil the pasta. Should have done it in the crock pot. Then you just dump everything in there and let it bubble away. Yay, we're over halfway. All good, head. Do what you gotta do. It's a lot of brown at the moment, I know. It's not exactly the most exciting colouring, but it's colouring that's gonna be done. Excuse me. Time to get the throat lozenge back in. Ugh. Mm. Mm. Alright. Oh, forget it out. Forget it out. Oh, ho, ho. Yeah. It takes a while. It takes quite a while. But, oh, I forgot to put the protection sheet back in. My bad. That's meant to be in there, just to stop transference. Luckily we haven't been really working on this side. I need to trim one down to size again. I'm getting really sick of doing rocks. rocks. Do want baked diff to do around here. Hey. We're just gonna stop and stretch your wrist for a moment. For self-care. I really would like to at least finish getting all this rock based today. Because it's a lot, but once it's done... It'd be nice if we could activate it too, but that's okay. We don't quite get that far. We at least get it all coloured in. That would be a really good start. So we actually have a bunch of grass in here, it looks like. Do a little area of rock in there. No, we're going to make that section of grass because I think that'll be a nice break. Up the areas where I accidentally used baked diff instead of red oxide. Nyoing. And then we'll leave that as some sort of grassy texture. And I just think that'll help break up like the expanse of brown a bit more. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's start on this side. See if we can get this last section did. Join everything up. Oh, we do see the body of this creature. It's just hidden in there. Good to know. So we'll need to pull out purple for that, because I believe purple is the body colour for that creature. That's all cool. Okay. Come back up here. We've got more area of potential grass up there. And just speeding through and just adding in these base colors. Doing the all dark brown. Got in here. I just love how quick I can be with Inktense. Again, just smush it down. And then we've got the rock here. But again, a lot of the shadows are done because Kerby's nice like that. we just kind of know where to chuck all our darker colours. It's not the apex predator, is it, on the rock there? No. Some sort of other creature. Well, we get to make some new colour combos. Alright, I'm just going to fill in this section here, because this section's a bit off to the side. Then we know that that's done. Alright. Back left to right. So we've got our meta brown. So this will just extend out anywhere that we put the dark chocolate. Yeah. If two witches watched two watchers, which witch would watch which watch? Each witch would watch which watch belong to which witch. Oh my gosh. I am amazed that I managed to do that without stumbling as much as I normally would. If two witches watched two watchers, which witch would watch which watch? Each witch would watch which watch belong to which witch's wrist. Okay, I screwed up that time at the end there. But that's pretty darn good. That's a good tongue twister. I would normally screw up a lot more than that. Typing it was a nightmare. You know, I'm surprised you don't just have a folder of them that you just copy and paste from. Like one for jokes, one for puns, and now one for tongue twisters. Alright, now we go in with the red oxide. And it's basically just fill in the blanks. I did after typing it, now I have it saved somewhere safe. Well done. Oh my god, the tea is now perfect. The perfect drinkable texture. Texture? Temperature. Come on, I just did a tongue twister perfectly. Brain's like, nope. We successfully worded. No more words. You shall not talk. Yay! There's all our ground done. I'm also watching an extremely goofy movie. I watched the first one earlier, so I thought I'd continue that. Oh, that's cool! Makes me want to play some Disney Dreamlight Valley, actually. Yeah. Right, I'm just taking 2 seconds to just kind of stretch and relax, because heads hurt. And just checking a message. Don't care, don't care, don't care. And the rest of that. Yes, rest of that can all wait. Okay. Is that a good idea? I've been waiting to see if they'll add more characters. Yeah. I went on a, like, deep dive of playing it, and then I stopped playing it for ages. Right now, my deep dive is The Sims, especially because I brought some new Sims expansion packs, because they're on sale. So, yeah. I brought Eco Living, which I wanted for certain bits that came with it, but I'm trying to speed run the community cleanup of the town. Because it's all yucky and polluted, so I'm trying to get that done so I can then like just leave it be. And then I brought Island Escape, which I wanted purely for mermaids. I know it's kind of shite, but it's a pretty place, and I thought it would be cute to have like a holiday destination and mermaids. And then the other one that I got, the one that I really, really wanted, I've been waiting for on sale, is Cottage Living. And I am like dying to get into Cottage Living, but both Eco Lifestyle and Island Escape have like a thing where you need to clean up the lot first. So you've got like a story you've got to play through first, so I'm trying to get through that story to be like, cool, that's all done. And then they'll be nice and clean, and then I'll go play in the Cottage Living and do, like, fully explore the Cottage Living pack. Because I know when I make the family into that world, I'm going to want to stick with that family. So, like, that's the one I'll get invested in. So I'm just trying to speed run these other two, just to clean up the lots and have that part done. But yeah, there's a couple more that I've got my eye on. I think I want to get For Rent and also Growing together. And then maybe even the high school pack, because I don't really care too much about the teenagers, but I think that could make teenagers more fun. Plus that gives you thrifting and boba. Growing together expands out babies and newborns and stuff like that, so that'll be cool. And then the horse ranch is just cool because I want horses. I want unicorns. Unicorns and mermaids, and then I want to get the werewolves and the magic pack, and there's also an enchanted castles pack, and I'm like, cool, I can go full fantasy if I get all these packs and build like fantasy castles in the English countryside and have unicorns and That's where the goal is. We're just really escaping here. I'm back, they head out, and one of the boys was trying to flirt with me. I mean, he was cute though. Cute. Alright, well, we finished off at least colouring all the ground. We've still got to activate everything, which I guess I should get on to now. It's going to take a minute to activate everything, but once it's all activated, then we can start colouring in the fun stuff, you know? It's just boring, but it's got to be done. So, I need these pencils to stop moving. I need a tiny brush. I need a tissue that I'm not using for my nose. I need to actually get the other box of tissues because I'm just about finished this one. Let's do the grandma trick and put it. Does anyone's like grandparents used to keep a tissue under their wristwatch? Mine used to do that all the time. And I never got it until I got older, and because I don't wear wristwatches. I mean, it's not necessary these days with phones, but also, I mean, I know you can get the phone wristwatch thing. I know, I've just never liked wearing a wristwatch on my wrist, because I'm allergic to a lot of metals, and the plastic ones just made my wrists sweat, and like hairs get caught in them, depending on the style, and yeah, I've just never found a wristwatch I actually enjoyed wearing. But compression gloves hold the tissue really well. I didn't expect the recliners to be so big, plus they are electric ones too. Nice. The ultimate recliner by the sounds of it. Apparently did not clean my brush very well. These little bits of acrylic in there. Oh well. Alright. And now we start smushing. And I'm going to make sure that I keep my hand in a position so you can actually see what I'm doing. So I'm almost using like a tap-tap motion. Because we've got all those different colours, we don't want to just like use our brush and smush because it will smush everything into one flat colour. We still want to keep that shading that we've put in there, but we want to blend the different pencils together and make it look more like, yes, we purposely spent ages perfectly laying down our pencils, not just haphazard scribbling, because that's the beauty of Inktense. Scribble, activate, and it looks beautiful. And that's why I love Inktense. Maximum results with minimal effort. I had to take them out of the boxes to fit in the door. Oh my goodness. I'm not putting them together. I'll be waiting till Dad's home tonight. Yeah, no, that's valid. I imagine that's quite a bit of work. Yeah, it takes two and I'm not doing it with valid. Do 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 do. Alright, smushy, smushy, smush. Smushy, smushy, smush. I've had such horrible chest pains because of my anxiety. Been a while since it's been this bad. I know. I am very sorry to hear that. It is actually really terrifying when that happens. I know for me when it happens, I kind of just need to go and curl up in bed and do breathing exercises until I can kind of trick my body that was safe and go back into what's called homeostasis when we're not on high alert. So yeah, if you need to do that, please feel free to do what you need to do to make yourself feel safe, because yeah, it is a lot. So I hope it passes soon. I did not have breakfast because I wasn't feeling hungry, and I did grab those 2 cheese slices, but now I'm actually starting to feel peckish and have regrets for not making food. That's okay. Right, we are just about to be yelled at by Twitch that it has been another hour. Can you believe it? Time flies when you're having fun. Which I am. Like, it's a lot, but this is fun. And, like, we're getting there. We're gonna see a big improvement doing all this activating. But as you are aware, every hour we take a little break. We do a self-care check-in. I need to take some pain medication, and I need to have a bit of a wiggle, and I definitely need to drink a ton more tea. So we are going to put down our brush and our pencils for 3 minutes, and I hope you'll join me in this. It's been another hour. Have you moved? Have you hydrated? You need to get some food. Do you need to take your meds? Have you taken your meds today? And do you need to go to the bathroom? Do you need to put on the dishwasher, or take some clothes out of the dryer, or put some clothes into the dryer? How can you do a little bit of a check-in with yourself and look after yourself for the next couple of minutes? Because self-care is important. Self-care chicken. Doing dumplings today? Yum. Good choice. Self-care chicken. Exactly. Do a self-care chicken, or the self-care chicken will come in and peck at you. Alright. Let's get this break started. I'm going to start by taking pain meds. Yay, we got exactly 2 out this time. Pain meds done. Ooh! Little bit of a wiggle. There is my phone. There is my phone. wiggle, wiggle. I should be doing my online course today, but I'm really not feeling it. Is it one, like when I was doing my psychology degree, I did that extramurally, and it was one where I didn't have set classes. I had due dates for assignments, but it was work on the coursework whenever it suited you, which was so good for me because it meant that when I had bad days, I might go like a week and a half with doing no work, but then on a good day, because I'm a speed reader, I could do 3 weeks of coursework at once. So it was really perfect for me in my illness. Because on the good days, we got lots of schoolwork done, and then on the bad days, I did nothing. And there were definitely days where I had to kind of push through, but the course was also really good at working with me with my illness, because there was like, I was hospitalized multiple times for my AS. The admissions to school would be like, hey, yeah, I've fallen again and I'm back in hospital, and I'd be like, cool, here's extensions. Or I was doing my degree during COVID, and I work in a medical laboratory, right? So when we went into the lockdown, because it was an online school, like they didn't have to change processes because we did everything extramurally. The only thing they did was cancel exams and change it into projects, which was fantastic for me because I do better with projects than exams. But they straight away gave everyone a 2-week extension because of what was going on. And they're like, everyone's going to need time to adjust. And, you know, a lot of you are probably dealing with extra things. So we're just giving everyone a 2-week extension on everything. And I was like, cool. And then I messaged my tutors and I was like, hey, I'm just letting you guys know, I work in a medical laboratory and I have legal requirements as part of a pandemic response. So while I know everyone's going through a lot right now, I also need some extra understanding because my workload has quadrupled, and right now the laboratory is my first priority, as you can imagine, because we're in a global pandemic response. And the school came straight back to me and said, here's a further 2 weeks, you take a month, and if that's not enough, you let us know. We will work with you, and we fully understand that you have a medical obligation right now of working for a pandemic. Like, you just keep us in the loop, you let us know. They were so good about all that. So, yeah, and so every time we went into lockdown, I just messaged my tutors and went, hey, hey. They're like, yep, here's 2 weeks again. Don't even need to question it. Is that your own pace? That's fantastic. But it's 2 years. No, don't think of it as 2 years late, because you are working at it at your own pace and you're still working at it. Like, I think it's very easy when we're in a mental distress or a rough patch mentally to just give up entirely and to not do anything. But look at what you've done. Like, for a long time, because for most of my 20s I was in and out of the psych unit, and I used to look back and go, I wasted most of my 20s. I call the 20s my lost years because I don't remember a lot of it, and because of the medication I was on, and because I was in and out of hospital most of the time. I don't refer to it lost years as in the lost that time and I should have been doing stuff. It's still lost because I don't remember a lot of it because of the medication I was on, but more it's look at how far we got. I survived that time. Like, I might not have done any study, did any work, or did anything, but I survived. And that in itself is enough. Some days, just getting through the day is enough. And just changing that thought process of, instead of like, I should be here, instead of, I am here. You know, maybe, yes, we want to be further. Maybe we want to do more. But also celebrate what you have done. Celebrate the little things. And it does take time, and I am aware some days it is really hard to look at those little things. But if you can get into the habit of looking at the little things and finding those little bits of positivity, enough of that builds up that it becomes not only easier to look at those things and find the joy, even in the darkness, but it starts becoming just more natural and easier to find it all the time. And so when things are really tough, you can still find the little things. Yeah. If that makes sense. I'm rambling again. I do the rambles. But yeah, I'm proud of you for doing what you have done. PB! Hello! How are we? I can't do a high screech even if I could, normally. I'm a little under the weather again. How are we going today? Oh, more tea. More tea. Keep the tea coming, Amy. Yeah. You know how it goes. Someone else gets sick and I get sick. It's okay. I still woke up with the spoons for stream today, so we're taking that as a win, you know? Like, yeah, it's a hen cold, but I still felt like streaming, so that's good. Because I wanted to get more done. My knee is sore and I have a big scratch down my whole foot. Ouch. Ouch. And Smolt. Oh my goodness, all the friends. Hello, Smolt. How are we going today, lovely? It's my cousin. Yeah, perfection, that's really hard place to be in. It's like, I'd like to say, don't compare yourself to others, but I know saying that it's hard not to sometimes, particularly if everyone around you is. I mean, I didn't know what I wanted to do in my 20s. I'm in my late 30s and I still don't really know what I want to do. I used to be like, I need to have a goal, I need to have a purpose, I should be working towards something. Now it's like, cool, I just want to get out of bed today. I don't think I'll ever know, like, 100% what I want to do. A lot of the time it's because I also, like, get bored and change my mind and, like, I'm sick of this, I want to learn something else now. And my armor. Oh, goodness, PB. I hope you're okay. That sounds rough. Did you have a battle with the mini dinosaurs? Or was it the cats? Yeah. I'm not sick or injured, so there's that. That's fantastic, Spolt. I like that viewpoint. We're looking at the positives. I may have a head cold, but I still felt like streaming today, so that's a positive. You know? It's also wet and miserable and grey, but I don't feel cold. So that's good as well. I know I stepped on Aussie and fell out flat in the kitchen. Oh. Well, I hope you're okay, and I hope Aussie's okay too. We are working away on the spread. We have got all the Inktense base down. And so now I'm just going through and activating all the Inktense base down for the ground. So now I'm just going through and activating all the ground. And then we get to do all the fun colours. If you missed it as well, we did get pretty close to finishing this one. It's pretty much done. The only thing left to do was I was going to put Mod Podge over the background. I'm now thinking I might just cluster it around the stars, but I need to see how it dries because I think it's actually a gloss, not a matte finish, so it might be like really obvious. So I'm going to play with that, but I really like the ship. I can also do a thing now. Yeah. And I like the shimmery zoomies. But yeah, I really like how this turned out. So I don't really want to... I'm not sure if I want to glitter the whole thing. I need to do something with the stars. So that one's really close to being done. And then yeah, we're just now working on activating all our ground and getting a nice flat colour. Thank you for doing all the shout outs as well. All the cool peeps. So lucky, there's so many cool streamers out there. Cool peeps. I have been a bad streamer and forgot about shouting people out. One brain fort today, one brain fort at a time. I know I don't want to work, but without work I'll be broke, and I'm sure most can understand that. Yep. Unfortunately, that is the way this economy goes. So it's finding a way to make an income that suits you. It sounds like we've got a lawnmower going again. It really does. Like, I throw a lot at this paper. I really throw a lot at this paper. I'm pretty rough on my papers, I've realised, like... But I like throwing all the mediums at a book. I like playing with all sorts of stuff in books and trying all the things. What's going on out there? It actually sounds like it might be a water pump, which would surprise me because it was raining pretty heavily before. We got a bunch of surface flooding. It is absolutely wet and miserable and grey, and it's the perfect day to be all cozy and snuggly inside and doing art. And I know I'm very grateful for Samsara because she has work meetings today, and I was going to have to mute for an entire hour. So she set herself up on the laptop out of the kitchen so that I did not have to mute. She's kind like that because we're in the same room. Yeah, I think by streaming later on today and finishing off Ori as well. I hope I make enough this weekend to order my whole $300 Blit cart. Heck yeah. I hope you do too, Hud. I hope you do too. How long till this book starts falling apart? Well, this one is sewn instead of glue bound, which is what Mythomorphia is. Mythomorphia was glue bound. And I found that the sewn ones do hold on a bit longer. So long as you don't destroy the sewing threads too badly. And one of the reasons with this page, I was thinking it would be quite good to do the Mod Podge all over, is because the threads are exposed in this page, because this is a central of one of the, what are they called? The sections of books when you're sewing them together. There's a specific name for each of the little clusters that they cause and then they sew together. But if I Mod Podge over it, it gives it extra strength. I did paint over them, so they are even more, they're slightly sealed down. I'm pretty sure all of you are following everyone that's being shouted out, but if not, just trust that people that are being shouted out are cool people. I normally would give a little ramble, but my brain is not functioning, but trust that they're cool streamers. I do. When I can pin Samsara down to help me with FrostyBot, and the bot setup, I do want to get it set up so when you do a shout out, you can just do like exclamation SO and it will auto do the Twitch shout out. It will chuck it in queue so you can just spam a bunch of them and not have to worry about waiting, and then maybe even do the little FrostyBot description as well. I really like that. It's quite cool to see what Frosty says, plus to give some info when I can't brain spoon the description. Yeah, I hope you make bank at this god too, baby. Pingy is an angel and saving me buddies by letting me crash with her. That's so kind of Pingy. Pingy is adorable. And does cute arts as well. Yeah, we had Armageddon this weekend. One of the Armageddons here. I didn't make it, obviously, but I would have liked to go. I haven't been to Armageddon in a while. Yeah, it really sounds like there's a pub going somewhere. Which hopefully you shouldn't hear, because I changed all my mic settings to try and make things clearer, so hopefully it's good. I also did fancy things with my Stream Deck. And so now we can do things like boom. We can even go boom, boom, boom. That can bring you right in. Then we can go boom. And then we can go boom. And I could be here. And then I could do things like and then I can unmute my mic. And then we can go here. We can go here. And we can go here. And we can do all sorts of stuff now. So, yeah. Very proud of myself setting that up this morning. Yeah, thank you for doing shout out for Pingy. Oh, the good street friends. Oh. Yeah. I still gotta get on to Pingy about stuff. That was actually going to be tomorrow's job. I was going to sit down and do a bunch of D&D stuff. Hopefully we have spoons for it tomorrow. Please let me have spoons for it tomorrow. This is actually a bit of prep that I want to do before our D&D game as well. Because in our last session, a couple of things happened. And now I need to set some stuff up. And that involves me doing a little bit of extra prep. But once it's done, it's done. No, we don't. Which is why I was going to do it tomorrow. Because I have tomorrow free. This week is Ison and my D&D game, although that might be held this week. Yeah, no, it's our off week. So that's why I was like, cool, I'll use it for prep this week. Okay, he's just making sure. No worries. It's worth checking. Worth checking. Yeah, no, definitely. I would love to have the spoons to be able to run D&D weekly, but we're not. I'm not putting that pressure on myself yet. That's why I haven't started up the other campaign back yet. I just wanna try with one, and Strix was the easier one for me to start up with. So, because that one has actually normally less prep work, even though I do customize it a lot more from the written module. Because I have that module digitally, there's actually less prep work for that one, because all the bits are right there, so certainly makes things a bit easier. Oh, and I've got to set up that D&D Beyond thing too. You all could start playing around with D&D Beyond if you want to start transposing your character onto that. That's in tomorrow's list as well. Yay! Alright, we're almost halfway there. How are we all doing today? Is anyone else colouring or crafting? PB, I imagine you're doing a ton of con prep. So if you need to do the lurkies while you workies, I completely understand. Hopefully we can have that good vibes going for the getcha stuff. I don't know, words. Actually, it's Monday for you, isn't it? It's your regular stream day. Are we not streaming today to just try and get the work done? Not streaming this week. That's valid. Yeah. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Gotta get the prep done. And it's not exactly all streamable stuff sometimes. I wish you many productivity spoons. And zoomies so you may go. I know it's only almost 10:30 AM here, but I'm going to sleep because I still feel horrible and tired. That's valid, Perfection. I often go to bed at 10:30 AM because my brain and body are just telling me, nah, we need more sleep. It is good to see you self-caring, and if you need the sleep, you go get the sleep because it is very valid. Sleep is uber-duper important. I'm really surprised I did not wake up and go, nah, need more sleep. So one of the things that I also will be doing is I need to very, very carefully on the side of the ship write Galactic Glitter Puff. Because this is our first big close-up of the ship, and so we're going to put the name on it. Even though the ship itself is not glittery, it does have zoomies when it flies through space, but also it's hunting the glitteriest of planets. We're galactic glitter hunters. Oh, I might need to blow my nose again soon. All the liquids. I know this cup says mug of coffee, but it's actually tea. I promise you it's tea. You can see the tea bags. Galactic glitter gatherers? Oh my god, that is perfect. I'm not a space explorer, I'm a galactic glitter gatherer. Oh, I love it. Smoke. Smoke, you're a genius. In fact, I have post-its around here somewhere. God knows where. Actually, we'll do it at the back. Won't matter at the back so much. Ooh. We'll just do it in pencil so we can erase it. Admiral Amy. Galactic glitter puff. A galactic glitter gatherer. Because knowing me, I'm gonna forget. So if I don't write it down, I'll forget it. But if I write it down, it's there. part of me, after I finish this, is tempted to go and skip to the treetop creatures now. I'm just not in the mood for doing all these tiny little plants. I just want to do... I want to do the treetop friends now. In all honesty, we might do that, because that's been the mood this month. I've just been bouncing around 101 different pages. And if that's where the mood takes me, that's where the mood takes me. But we'll finish off activating all our ground at least. And then we'll give it a quick blast with the hairdryer. Make sure it's all nice and dry. And then we might flick over to our little tree trunk friends and start working on that, because, yeah, that's what I'm in the mood for. It is your colouring book. Bounce to where you want. Exactly. Exactly. There's no right or wrong way to colour it. Like, yes, I do say I try to, like, not start new pages when I have whips in a book, but also, this is a kind of book where it kind of makes sense to work on multiple pages of the planet at once, because certain colours carry on. Like, I should have done the solar giant when I was doing the solar giant on the previous page. Like, that would have been really logical, because I would have had all the colours out, so it makes sense. Same with these little, you can't see where I'm pointing, these little critters down here. I should have done that at the same time. Yeah, I think it's the kind of one where I just need to let go of my 1 page at a time notion and just be like, nah, 6 pages at a time. Because so much translates through a planet. So rather than 1 page at a time, 1 planet at a time. Oh, the pages, exactly. I already am very aware that I'm probably going to end this month up adding pages to the work in progress list. And that's okay. It's just been one of those months. There we go. There's all our ground activated. That was a lot of pizza work. So, we are still plugged in. I'm going to put you on mute for a moment. This book doesn't have a whip page count. This book just counts as 1 page. Exactly. And there is technically a whip in here in the future, because this Crystal Kingdom page is a whip. It's been a whip for a while. So I broke my own rules to join this group and start on the solar giant page, because that's what I was inspired to work on. Really got to move that gouache as well that transferred from the previous page. Luckily it's gouache and we can just activate. This way here. Let's just remove it quickly. Done. Alright, I'm gonna mute you guys. Blast with a hairdryer. There we go. I keep going to grab my mouse, and I'm like, I don't need my mouse. We set up the stream deck. We can do this all with buttons now. But I do need to move the stream deck closer to me. I think I might just do that right now. Since I am using it a bit more. There we go. Alright, so we need another one of these. Whoops, no, you're the missable fair one. Just to stop any transference, just in case. And then, because I realised as well, you've got a few oil stains, so we won't use you. I never put any in here, so I will go through and trim these later on to fit properly, but for now, just especially here, because this is all polychromos and none of this has been sealed. I should have done this when I was working on the other pages, but I entirely forgot. I will go through and trim these a little later on. But yeah, enjoy a little bit of the Cloud Kingdom, which as you can see is done. But I do want to go through and just up the contrast on everything, because it does feel very, very flat compared to other pages in the book. I do love this one though. But yeah, everything just needs bumping up contrast-wise quite a bit. Yeah, I think they're going through and unlocking all the drains at the moment, because I see the council's out there with funny trucks. Alright, we'll trim that post-stream. Just so we can find the page easier. Let's just chuck a pencil in there. Let's just chuck stickles in there. Ooh, there we go. Right, so what we are working on now is the flower dwellers. Giant plants with luminous patterns hang from the forest canopy and serve as homes for skittish, six-limbed creatures. These winged aliens travel in groups of three, swinging from vine to vine, always alert for lurking predators. Okay. So we've got mischievous little friends in the vines. I do love these little creatures. They're so cute. My GPS told me to turn around. Now I can't see where I'm driving. Oh gosh. Bonk. Bonk, bonk, bonk. So, get rid of the pencil mark. So we know that these are in the canopies, which means our background, because our trees are shades of purple, so we are going to be doing purples for the background. The vines are coming off the trees, so we might do the vines pink to tie in with our trees previously. I need to bring you across a bit more. I do need to do something. Oh, wrong way. Apologies. Ooh. Let's just move across. But yeah, I know we'll be doing purples for the background, and I think we might go quite dark on the purples. From memory, the top of the trees, we did sort of dusty. I think I used the dusty purple. Yeah, the dusky purple with both. Maybe a little bit of dark purple. In fact, that combo is quite pretty, so we might carry on with that. and just sort of do like a splotchy mixture in the background of all three. So there is our mauve. I have some of these colours out already, which makes it very handy. As well as, of course, piles of my hair. Never escape the hair. Fuchsia. Now, do I not have dusky purple? Maybe I don't. Okay. That won't be helping. No wonder you keep bunching up. Move over. Hey there. There we go. There's a few more pencils. But hang on, I know I've got more pulled out. Right, there's dusky purple. Like, I'm sure I've got dusky purple pulled out. Because I was using it on the planet. Do we want a little bit of dark purple, did we say? Yeah, dark purple. Basically, for this background, all I'm going to do is just colour in sections and just blend our different purples together in various ways. Just to create sort of like a treetop texture. But I think from memory, I did use mauve under, dusky purple under the mauve just to remove some of that glue. So we might need to keep doing that. I don't know. We could always just colour it, activate it, and then do a second layer with just the dusky purple if we need more. And then once we've got the background kind of filled in, then we can start thinking about our creatures. But if you've got any colours that you want to put forward as suggestions, please do. The one stipulation I'm going to say is no green, because I haven't introduced green into the planet so far, and I think it would be nice to not keep green in there to try and keep it cohesive. We do have sort of like a tealy blue that is the closest we've got to green. Our creatures so far have been yellow, purple, pink, and the apex predator is invisible with touches of red. So those are our colours of the creatures so far. And just for comparison, that's what's on the other side as well. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking it might be cool to do some more orange and red on this one. Like maybe we could do orange characters, especially because we haven't got the red of the sky here because we're in the trees. I know, we've got a lot of potential with colours here. Yeah. I don't know, but what I find as well is like, if it comes to a page and you're not 100% sure of the colour scheme, you start colouring what you do know the colours of. As you remove things from being white, then it becomes more and more obvious. So we'll just start by removing all the white. Then once we've done that, we can look at it and go, oh yeah. So we know we're going to do the vines pink. We know we're going to do the background purple, so we'll start with those two. And we could technically do like the connections between the flowers pink as well. Or keep that as a cohesive colour between each of the flowers, because they've all got different patterns as well, so that's going to make it interesting. Dusky. Okie dokie. Hey. Yay. Right, so you would be a little bit in there. Well, bring in the mauve. No. I've been using violet this whole time. That's why it's been looking more purpley instead of... I've been using the wrong colour. Okay, well, we're going to have to carry on with it. We're going to have more of a blue-purple than I imagined. But we could also get the mauve out and just work that over the top in certain areas. Like, this is very purple. Because it's violet, Amy, not mauve. Duh. Oopsie. Oh well. So we'll definitely make sure we've got a bunch of dusky purple worked in. And then we'll activate it, we'll dry it, and then we'll pull out the mauve. So we can either work the mauve over everything or just work it in spots where we want to take away the blue of the purple and make it more of the treetop purple. Ooh. This is why you check your pencils beforehand and don't just presume. Two seconds. We are being warned as well that it is time for another break. It's amazing how quickly that comes around. So, take this opportunity to do some self-care. We are going to do some self-care ourselves. We're going to do some wiggles. We're going to do some stretches. Go out there. And we're going to put the pencils down and we're going to take a 3-minute self-care break. Oh! I'm just going to get a couple of things. I've just munching on some salt vinegar chips. Ugh. Alright, I've got about 10 seconds of ads left. Welcome back, everybody, from the ad break. I hope you took a good opportunity to do some self-care and are ready and rearing to go for another hour. I will remind you in 57 minutes. Okay, let's start back up the top here. Feel like I'm about to sneeze. Where did I put my phone? Here. I need to just put it in a place. I need to put it in my pocket. Alright, we've got a fiddly little area in here. Okay. Getting there. Hope we're all doing well out there and are being productive in our endeavours. And being productive could also be just also succeeding at taking a rest. Whatever you're up to, I just hope it's going well. We are making progress on this background. Oh, the purple. Exactly. So sorry. I am just trying to check one of my settings and my whole computer is freezing. Okay. Hopefully. I'm just really worried I'm pressing all the wrong buttons here. That. Chat settings. Come on. We had a bot try to do something before. Auto-mod held the message, so I went to get rid of it, and then they've disappeared entirely. So I was just trying to figure out what's going on, but I think what's happened is Twitch has actually deleted the user. Because normally if you like delete a message, it still shows up in your chat for mods. So yeah. But if the user's been deleted, which Twitch would do if there was enough, like, this is obviously a spam bot. That's my only theory. But yes, so much purple. So mad I used the wrong purple. But we'll make it work. Yeah. And it wasn't Seribots, because Seribot would still have, like, mod action taken. Like, I can't see any proof of it. It's just, like, gone. And, like, on the break, I went over to Savvy's screen to just double check a mod view over there, because I couldn't find mod view. I've now found how to find my own mod view. But, yeah, it's just like, where is it? Did it exist? So, that's my theory. I'm sticking to it. And now all the light's gonna change, so all my lighting's gonna be wrong now too. Yeah. It's starting to get bright out there now that the storm's finished. Thunderstorm is coming in. Ooh. We are miserable and grey. We didn't have thunderstorms, but we've definitely got a lot of, like, rain. Right, time to activate the purple. Not too bad. Like, it's very clearly violet. It's not too bad. I think we'll survive. I'm going to use the same dot dot motion because while I don't mind if the colours swish together a little bit, the dot dot dabby motion will also give like a patchy spotchy look to the background, which actually works because it's trees, right? So it'll just look like different leaf textures, which is what we want. So it's actually okay if we get some variations of brush strokes because it just looks like tree texture. Need to get like some brush conditioner or something. This brush is getting a bit fluffy since I used it for the acrylic paint. I like it. It's going to be a really different page because it's going to be really dark and a lot of the rest of our pages are quite bright. But I kind of like that, like we're buried deep in the tree canopies. And so there's not as much of the light coming through, so it is a lot more dark and purple inside the tree canopies. I am really looking forward to doing these little creatures. They just look so cute and, like, mischievous. They feel like they'd be the troublemakers that would climb into your ship's engines and start pulling apart all the bits. don't think we're going to need to go over this background, actually. I'm quite happy with it as is. Excellent. So I know you have your beloved walnut brown poly. Do you have an Inktense colour that's a go-to workhorse colour for you? I know the smallest colour in my Inktense is the fuchsia. I've used a lot of fuchsia. I know I use a lot of willow. It's saddle brown. It's sort of like skin basing, stuff like that. The Chinese ink is my go-to for the black. As I said, I've used a lot of fuchsia. And the iris blue, because it's like the lightest of them. But yeah, it depends what I'm basing, because I don't so much shade with them like I do the polys. But yeah, those are the colors I know I use a lot of. There's no peachy tone in the expanded set, is there, in the 28? I know that there's a new purple that looks really pretty. Good, we're not bleeding through. Just like, I should check that. What colours have you used a lot of, Spolt? Because I know you've got the Inktense and you use them a bit. Careful around there, Amy. That's where the bird is. find I like Olivine a lot. It's one of the new colours. It's a pretty muted olive green. Ooh. Depending on how it goes down on the paper, it could be a bluer olive or a golden olive. Ooh. Yeah, because the only real olivey green they have is the leaf green, and it's really more brown than olive, and of course light olive, but it's still really, really quite green. Oh, the fiddly bits. Fiddly, fiddly. I love. Good. I'm not actually cold, but if we need it, put it on, because, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm a little feverish. I don't trust my body, so if it's cold, you put it on. More monitor?
Yeah, one monitor wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, thank you for moving for your meeting. Yeah, you can understand why I ask for another monitor when I'm here.
Yeah. Usually into one of mine and that is.
Yeah. Because I brought my tablet, I could technically have 2 extra monitors. Ha ha ha. One day you'll get your hands on Flamingo and you'll not know how you went without it. It's the prettiest pink of the Inktense line. Ooh.
Order it.
You can't just... Well, you can just order it, but it's going to cost you $30 shipping. You better to just order the 28 new colours. I don't know if you can actually get the new colours individually. It's from the expanded Inktense. But they're not available in New Zealand yet. You can only get them from Cult Pens.
Good.
Yeah. And then I think they've just started releasing in the States in a couple of areas, but Cult Pens do ship to New Zealand. But... And I think from memory, the cost of getting the 28 pens plus the shipping is the same as if I was to buy the colours individually here in New Zealand, but it's just dropping that big bulk amount. But they'll come to the art shop eventually, and then I can start buying them individually. And then I'll message Bolt and be like, give me the colours that I need. Please. I know Flamingo is one. Yeah, by the sounds of it, I need Olivine. Olivine. Oh, I really like that we went so dark on this background. Such a good contrast to the rest of the adventure on this planet so far.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
Exactly, Spalt. Exactly. Good, good. Oh, transferring through. This paper really does handle a lot. It's pretty good, because I can be pretty heavy-handed with water sometimes. Try my best, but I can be very heavy-handed. Ugh. do these tiny little bits around the heads, and then and like, it's uneven, but I actually don't mind it being uneven because it really just looks like tree texture. Like, you know, we're in the treetops and these textured leaves all around. I like it. Nope, we're good that side. Alright, putting you all on mute for a moment, and we're just going to blast away again. Alright.
Yeah, it's a basic thing as well.
It's looking nice and dry. It's making for dinner. I don't have the spoons to sit down and fully make the cottage pie, but I could make some spag bowl. That won't take me long. That's a good hearty meal. You should have some gluten-free spaghetti in there, so okay. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we've got everything else, so there'll be some form of pasta in the cupboard. That's an easy dinner. Alright. I like it. So we've got all the vines that will do pink. Now we're just got to figure out these creatures. But I also just noticed the time. And my throat is hurting. So I think we might actually wrap it up for here today. Because I think I need a little break. Alright, let's see who's on. See if we could go to a rating today. None of my channels want to load on the app. Cool. I don't even know if I have the spoons to hang around in a stream again though. I think we'll just call it here. I like rating, but I'm honestly pretty short, and if I drop you off anywhere, I'm literally dropping and running. So I think we'll just call it here today, and yeah, I'm gonna go and basically plonk my head on a pillow and take a bit of a rest before work. But that was a good productive day, because we got the background started on that one, and we got the ground all done on this one. Like, that's a lot of work done. So thank you for hanging out with me and bearing me through my nasally congested self. I should be seeing you all on Friday. Hopefully a little bit less head coldy. In the meantime, I mean, say follow me on socials, but I probably won't post anything before then anyway. But yeah, I really appreciate you all. Take care of yourself and, you know, look after yourself. And thank you so much for being here. And I will see you all on the next stream. Bye!